Fiat, makers of the tiny and adorable 500, know if you want to succeed in America, you have to sell an SUV. And there it is, beneath that blinding yellow paint, the Fiat 500X. Like the 500L before it, the 500X inflates familiar Fiat 500 design cues, but with a hearty whiff of ruggedness. Let's see, body cladding, angry eye headlights, raised stance, yep, rugged. If you buy a 500X and get flack regarding its off-road legitimacy, just mention that it shares its core structure with the Jeep Renegade. Not that we'd recommend rock crawling this thing. In a classic trade-off, the Fiat 500X handles pretty well, but at the expense of ride comfort, meaning you better get the most out of that off-ramp to make up for your bumpy commute. The optional 2.4-liter Tiger Shark engine provides good thrust with 180 horsepower, but it only comes paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission that's a little unrefined, as demonstrated by slow reactions to throttle inputs and the occasional hard shift. To avoid the 9-speed shortcomings, stick with the 1.4-liter turbocharged engine, paired exclusively with a 6-speed manual that comes standard in the low-level pop trim. The 1.4-liter is 20 horsepower down versus the 2.4-liter, but actually boasts superior torque and fuel economy figures, making it a highly justifiable choice. With the larger engine, you can add all-wheel drive, in the process reducing city and highway economy numbers by only 1 mpg each. Despite an ability to spin all 4 tires, the 500X's cousin remains the off-roader's subcompact of choice. See? I love that shot. Included on most trims is a 3-mode drive controller with Sport mode that speeds up shifts, intensifies throttle response, and makes the steering heavier, along with a Traction Plus mode that does the exact opposite, helping maximize grip in low traction situations. Inside there's a lot to like. Very comfortable seats, strategic use of soft materials here and here that makes it feel a little bit nicer, and a logically arranged dash. At the same time, if you touch the wrong spots, things feel a little bit off. This drive mode selector, for example, feels a little bit flimsy, as do the window switches, which, by the way, have only one detent, making it very easy to accidentally activate the auto up and auto down feature, or not be able to if you want to. In terms of passenger space, life is just fine up front. Move 1 row back, and taller passengers might long for more legroom, but headroom is decent, especially for a subcompact SUV. Aft of the rear seats, luggage space is appropriate for the category, and there's a 2-level load floor under which you can hide precious cargo. Flip down the seats, and it's possible to cram 32.1 cubic feet of active lifestyle into the 500X. On an ergonomic note, the center armrest slides forward, and both armrests are decently cushioned, but just like in the 500L, they're so wide-placed I can't really use them unless I get my lean on. Sup? On a more positive note, the interior is strewn with storage spots, notably this dual glove box. We're also fans of the intuitively designed Uconnect infotainment system offered with either 5 or a 6.5-inch touchscreen. For about $21,000, a base 500X pop trim includes essentials like AC, cruise control, 7 airbags including a driver's knee airbag, and a 4-speaker audio system with a USB input. If you can swing an extra $2,300, the Easy trim fills out the equipment roster with alloy wheels, passive entry and push-button start, and what we deem a modern necessity, Bluetooth. Also falling into our necessary list is a backup camera, but you'll have to spend an extra $200 to get one, and it's not offered on the base trim. Higher up the food chain, other options include automatic climate control, a dual-panel sunroof, navigation, and parking sensors with an adjustable volume setting you'll definitely want to adjust. Those who appreciate slightly tougher aesthetics with a 0% improvement in off-road abilities will find satisfaction in the Trekking and Trekking Plus trims. Meanwhile, fans of not crashing will enjoy options like blind spot detection, forward collision warning, and a lane departure prevention system that automatically steers the car back into its lane, but in more intrusive fashion than similar systems we've experienced. Before marching to your nearest Fiat dealer and demanding a 500X, it'd be wise to examine the competitive set, which includes, among others, the Mini Countryman, Nissan Juke, Mazda CX-3, and the frequently mentioned Jeep Renegade, each delivering distinct style, but varying levels of compromise where usability is concerned. In contrast, the Honda HR-V manages to combine tasteful design and high value with a surprisingly roomy and exceptionally practical interior. There's no shame in buying something you think looks cool, but eventually fashion fades. When that happens, you have to ask yourself, style aside, are those shoes comfortable? Yes, they are. Is that Fiat 500X the best, most practical way to spend $21,000 to $30,000?